Hey there, how are you today? So, do you want to know what are the 12 most unsafe places for solo female travelers, in my opinion? So, I want to clarify that these are my personal experiences, and I don't mean that these places are dangerous for everyone and that you will be experiencing the same. But I will say these are the places I probably wouldn't return as a solo traveler because I got a lot of hassles. And there were no drama, nothing major happens. But when I travel, I just want to be like free and like do whatever I want to do and not having to watch my back all the time. So as I said in my last videos about the safest places, I'm gonna go by continent, and we're gonna start with America. The state I didn't really like. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can go there as a solo female traveler. Maybe I'm giving like a wrong impression here. That's all I want to give. But California, I found was not really safe. First of all, it's completely normal because the cost of living is rising phenomenally in California and in all of the US and all around the world. California is a place where it's warm. So when you are homeless, you don't have money, you go to the warmer places. And there's a lot of drugs circulating, fentanyl and everything. So you're on the street, you're taking drugs, you cannot control yourself, and you have no other choices. So for a tourist coming from abroad, that is a sight that can be a bit worrisome, or you don't want someone to come and ask you for money, and then if you say that you don't have it, like to start getting verbal abuse about it. And this is something that has happened in San Francisco and also in San Diego in the past when I was traveling there. So I didn't really like it. So every time I go to San Francisco or one of those big cities, I try to stay in a city center where nobody will be bothering me. But I would just say that you have to exercise caution when you go to this state. So for example, when last time I was at Burning Man, and then I went to Lake Tahoe, spent some time with friends to decompress. I was on the beach and there was this guy, I don't know what he was on, he was fully suit with a suit going into the sea. And I'm like, dude, where are you going? Why are you going to the sea fully dressed and stuff? Just wanted to understand the situation. And he started verbally abusing me, telling me that he's from Africa, that his grandparent is from Africa, that but he's white, so it means that my grandfather from the Congo sexually abused his grandmother, so that's why this guy came here and he wanted to beheaded me and things like that. And if I wasn't with my friends who came to intervene during that matter, who knows what will this guy have done? And you're like there in Lake Tahoe, which is supposed to be the most chill place in the world, and you get this kind of weirdos. So that's one of the cases that I'm saying. You have to be very careful who is approaching you and who is surrounding you, and always trying to be surrounded by other people. And that's not the point of traveling solo. It's like experiences beautiful things when you're abroad. So that really pissed me off, basically, about California. Another thing, another country where I didn't feel it was safe for a woman was in Chile, in the Atacama Desert. Unfortunately as well, Chile is a country with a lot of monetary and political conflict. People are very unhappy there. So as a result, at least at the time when I was there, Chilean were drinking quite a lot. The locals there in the Atacama Desert were drinking quite a lot. So when they get drunk, they see foreigner, they try to talk to them, there's a language barrier, so it can become a bit an aggressive type of conversation that can end up there. So yeah, I would say that Atacama Desert was not a place to hang around at night, super late at night, or go somewhere dark as a solo female traveler. But there's a good thing with the Atacama Desert, there's a lot of travelers that are there in general. So you wouldn't be really alone, but just please exercise caution when you're there. And Brazil, I would say, is unfortunately yes, is not safe. Like you just have to stay where other tourists are staying and not like venture out at night. Especially in Sao Paulo as well. When I was there doing Sao Paulo is safe in general, but there's also a lot of crime and drugs. It's not as bad as the TV portray it, but I feel like it's not a place that you can explore freely without being with a guide or without being with a local Brazilian person who can tell you where to go. So it's not that I felt, oh, something will happen to me, but I felt really limited in my exploration. But I know that Brazil, there's a lot of beach town in the north where there's a lot of kite camp and things like that. That seems very safe in general, but you have to just exercise further caution or go with a friend. So I wouldn't say, oh, just go there, venture. So, but I know people who have done it, who are absolutely fine, but I just think it's not really a place for a woman to venture out alone. Another country is Colombia. Well, I would say there's a lot of safe places around Colombia, but Bogota itself, unfortunately, in the city center of Bogota, you have to be extremely cautious, even during the day. Around the city center and the cathedral, there's a lot of petty crimes. It's not possible. They're not gonna do anything to you, but they're just like gonna take your phone or your money or anything, and you don't want to just mess around with anyone there. So it's better to go there with a group or with a tour group, which I don't always like because I like to explore independently. Luckily, I speak Spanish, so that can mend things a bit better. But if you don't, probably not. Barbados. It sounds surprising. We're going like now to the Caribbean. It sounds surprising that Barbados was the most chill place, like this Caribbean vibe. And so, yeah, the thing is with Caribbean men are very out-blooded and they don't understand why you're doing there without a boyfriend. So I got this question many times. So I was in Barbados and I was there with a friend, but my friend has not arrived yet. So for a few days, I was alone. And then I was just at a restaurant downstairs trying to get some dinner and a beer or something. And this guy approached me. He's like, oh, who are you here with? Give me your number. I will show you around. And I was like, no, I don't need it. But the problem is like this guy was camping downstairs at the hotel all the time in the lobby. So every time I will go out, he will be like, oh, so you're not with a friend, so you're alone. So he will try to follow me and try to talk to me and stuff like that. I'm on holiday, dude. I don't want anyone to talk to me. And if I'm alone, it's my right to be there alone. Like, leave me, like, mind your own business. So those are this kind of countries. If you are alone, please be careful because you're always someone. You have like this bodyguard that you didn't ask for, basically. So that's why I said Barbados was not really a place. It's a good place to go with your husband, with your family, but alone, probably not. I probably won't return there on my own. In Europe, now going to the European continent, unfortunately, big cities in Europe are also experiencing a lot of high crimes. I would say Paris and London are mainly the places where, of course, you can travel solo because you always have a friend here and there. But be careful with your phone, basically. In the Paris, in the metro, don't take it out because it will be taken out of your hand. Don't take any valuable out of your thing. You have pickpockets coming, we call them the gypsies. There are a lot of pickpockets, yes, coming to take stuff and scamming you as well in the street. So I would say be cautious with that, but it's not really, in Europe, it's not really for women specifically, but be careful because in London there's been a lot of story of people getting their phone taken, and if they want to resist, there's a knife coming out and things like that. And this is London. Like some girls the other day were telling me that she was getting into a car and then some weirdo tried to get in the car as well and things like that. And this is just like big city. There's a lot of tension post-COVID that are creating all this. So, unfortunately, the politicians are not really resolving these issues. And I hope it's going to be resolved soon because London used to be the most safest place in the world because there's cameras everywhere, but the police is not doing anything. So I don't know where all this is gonna end. I love living here. It's my city. As you see, I'm not being picky here. I included my own city in this list of most unsafe places. So it's mostly that. It's a few things I don't like, and you cannot really chill. But luckily, also London is very busy all the time. And if you keep yourself where it's busy and don't venture for a very long time in a dark alley, you're gonna be fine. Middle East. Now we're going to Middle East and Africa. I would say Morocco. Well, it's well known. People are gonna scam you to show you the way, especially in Marrakesh. Other town in Morocco, Fez, Casa, and Tangier, like people are super nice and super polite and respectful of women. But Marrakesh, no, people, they call you all kind of names when you're walking around. They want to show you the way, and then they follow you, and then they ask for money because they showed you the way. They didn't. It's just like annoying. So if you are blonde with blue eyes, I heard story of them groping you and thinking they have the right to touch you and things like that. So it's just like, no, you want chill holidays, and this is not a chill place for that. Dubai. Ooh, I'm gonna be slammed down by talking about Dubai. I don't care. I went there, the last time I went there, it's not about that it's not safe for women, but you'll be treated like an object because unfortunately there's a lot of sex tourism there, and there's a lot of escort and things like that. And if you are not from the country, I think most of the time you are perceived as if you are going there to find a rich husband, even if that's not your objective. Unfortunately, the majority of people, at the time I was there, maybe times have changed, but I doubt it. Where there's money, there's vice. But unfortunately, a lot of women are there to find a sugar daddy, and if you are not one of those, you can get into some argument and some situation that are a bit unpleasant. So I will also quote Dubai, but I mean, it's fine. You can go there, travel solo, but just be careful who you talk to, what your intentions are, and the energy that you are coming out with. That's all I want to say, really. And in Asia, as I said in my last video about the most safest places in the world, I think Asia is the safest for women because of the way they are. The culture is very polite and everything, but there's still places where it's not. Siem Reap, for example, there's a lot of drunk Cambodian there in Siem Reap, in bars. It's like, yeah, they like to drink in Cambodia, and they like to make like weird jokes about women and things like that. So yeah, I would say be careful, and also be careful about alcohol consumption because alcohol is fake sometimes. And so I will advise just to drink beers and not to get yourself in a situation where you have poisoning from alcohol, unfortunately. Another place is Indonesia. Bali also is experiencing now a lot of petty crimes and a lot of misbehavior from Western expats living there, but I didn't personally experience anything. But in Lombok, because Bali is Buddhist, it's very spiritual, but in the culture there is Buddhism, so there's a bit more respect. But in Lombok, I think they are Muslim, but it's nothing against Muslim. Don't shut the messenger here. But it's more like women there are more traditional and more reserved. So they have to stay home, and when they go out, is with their brother or with their father. So for them, it's not normal that a woman will travel there alone. So they tend to want to be your bodyguard that you didn't ask for as well. And also because of the rise of tourism there, you are subject to a few scams. So yeah, I was in a few situations that I didn't really enjoy there with men in Lombok, and also because of my skin and everything, it was just like, yeah, a few situations where I didn't feel fully comfortable and feel like I could be there alone. But I would love to go back to Lombok. It's beautiful, it's nice for surfing, and yeah, I would like to go with a friend or with a partner. But alone again, probably if I do, then I will be in a surf camp, which I don't really like to be in obligatory confined environment. I like to be free. So that's the reason why probably I wouldn't go there alone. But we'll see. We'll see what the future brings. And India, of course. Unfortunately, it's not really safe to travel solo to India as a woman. They want to take selfie. They think that they can touch you. They think they have every right in the world. They drink a lot. They are very frustrated. Even for Indian women, India is not really safe as a country. For a single woman to just venture around, I think during the day could be fine. But I still will exercise cautions in India. When I was in Goa, actually, it was fine, no issues. I heard also the Rishikesh is also fine, but it's more big city like Mumbai, Delhi, and it's a beautiful country. But as a woman, it's not really a safe place. And I will say also, in general, I don't want to give a name in particular, but one that comes to mind, I think it was kind of safe, broadly safe, but also a lot of girls got told to be cautious about who they were hanging out with. It was in Costa Rica. It was in Santa Teresa, because it's a surfing town. A lot of surfers, like a lot of bros, the way they act when they drink. It's getting late, 4 a.m. Apparently, there's been a few incidents with women. I didn't experience anything there personally, but I was very aware of my surrounding when I was there. So that's a little bonus. Like when you go to this town where there's a lot of surfer boys, a lot of drinking until 4, a lot of students, all these kind of vibes around drinking girls and boys always bring to some situation. So this is the kind of place I would say to be careful with. But on the bright side of things, you can go anywhere you want as long as you are street smart, and you exercise caution. And it's not a video that is here for fear mongering. Actually, I was really hesitating, and I'm still hesitating now if I should publish this video or not, because I know that the comments are gonna be insane. But I think it's important as well for people to know that we solo female travelers are not just immensely traveling without being conscious of what is happening around us and what are around the politics. And so before you go somewhere, always do your research. Don't think, especially when you never heard anything about the place, it's even more important to do your research and to know exactly what's going on in this place. That's the advice I can give to anyone. Do strong research, always be connected. When you travel alone, please tell people where you are. It's like, it's 2024. I know you want to keep your privacy, but tell someone you trust where you are. Please stay connected. I put some resources down here, how you can stay protected online and how you can stay connected when you travel with eSIM and VPN. Everything is down here. And also, please get some travel insurance via your bank card or a credit card or everything. And if you have all these things in place, you are set for an enjoyable experience traveling solo. But I think it's important to address this topic and to let people know that the world is a beautiful place, but unfortunately there's still a few demons circulating around for which we need to protect our energy from to continuing enjoying our lives. So if you want a bit more of a fun video to uplift you, click on this one where I talk about the safest place for solo female traveler. Or if you want a bit more inspiration on where to travel in 2025, there's this video here that you can be watching. So that's it. The next video will probably be in Japan or in Taiwan, because these are my two next countries that I'll be visiting. We'll be having a bit more of a vlogging kind of videos. I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet, but yeah, this is what 2025 is bringing, and it's gonna be very exciting for the channel. So if you want to see more of this video, please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and as usual, live inspired. Bye.